हाँ अब देखो, अब आ रही है। हेलो हेलो हेलो। हाँ okay, okay. So you guys should let me know when stream is gonna. Okay. So the A1 Esports banned Jinx and Malphite and okay. No. Games hand. I think she is better. Let me see. Yeah. I'll sound effects 35%. Okay. Is this better? So the bans are Malphite and Jinx, Amumu and Lee Sin. From both teams, there are 4 bans. Vainglorious for the win. Let's see who's gonna win this match. By the way, heavy favorites are Portal Esports, recently known as Vainglorious Esport. Recently changed their name to Portal Esports. Looks like the positioning is being changed by both teams. Yes, thank you guys. लेकिन जब स्ट्रीम रुकी मुझे बता देना प्लीज. So the match is about to start. The picks and bans. The bans are already done, which are Malphite, Amumu, and Lee Sin and Jinx. These are the 4 champions both team cannot pick. So they pick Olaf, which is very good champion into certain matchups. Olaf has a really good early game, which is why they are picking Olaf. So they have a better early game. So they picked ADC and top lane, Darius top lane. Darius is kind of a solo queue top lane which you can actually play, but it's not that viable if the enemy team is going for full team fight. Looks like they are going for full team fight, which when they pick the Braum and Cannon can actually go very well against Darius, because Darius does not have that much of a escape from Cannon, because Cannon, every 5th auto from Cannon is a stun. He can stun from his Q as well, which has quite a lot of range, and he's a range champion, so he can counter Darius very well. And Wukong cannot CC Olaf, so it's a bit of a, I think they should have picked Gragas in the jungle or maybe in the top lane and something else in the jungle, but maybe Lee Sin would have been really good to access the backline or to kick engaging Cannon away. But on the Portal Esports side, we have full team fight comp, and on the A1 Esports side, we have 4-1. I think they're good. What? I think delay है. डिले होता है. क्यों? आप माइक्रोफोन अपने बंद कर दो भाई.
Welcome to
Okay, I'll just
WildRift.
turn off my microphone from Discord, guys. No. They were talking about me. So here we have the bot.
Minions
Looks
have
like, let's go to
spawned.
the jungle. What? So as you can see, okay, so guys, usually I used to watch a lot of leagues. So I'm gonna tell you guys one thing. You cannot level up your ability unless you are about to start. So here, yes, leveled up is easy. So you should not level up your ability unless you're about to start. So there is zero against Touchy. Touchy is known to be a very aggressive laner who always says मैंने गंदी कर दी level 1, which is his favorite dialogue. Let's go to bot lane. What's happening here? The bot lane is quite even as of now, but as the game goes on, let's see how it's progressing. The Braum and Kaisa lane is quite passive lane, but the problem with the enemy lane is they have Lulu, which does not want to engage because she does not have actually an engage tool. So that's why they cannot actually punish the Braum and Kaisa lane. So let's see how it goes. Let's go to Ola. Ola is Olaf is actually enduring, which is really good because Olaf is a very aggressive jungler. Olaf is very aggressive jungle, and looks like we might have an engage. We might have an encounter with Olaf. Now Olaf actually leaves. And both junglers are power playing. They will leave. Level up. They are waiting for the dragon fight, I guess, because both teams want to get their spikes early and then they want to fight. Both teams are equal on gold and equal on kills. 0 kills, 0 towers, and 10,700 gold for each, which is, I think, good for ESPORTS because their team excels and overpowers late game because of their champions, because Juliana plays exceptionally well. So does the cannon and Kaisa. Everybody knows Kaisa obnoxious late game. She can just one combo you WQ into arrows, 2 arrows, you are probably dead. Everything is quite going okay. Everything is quite passive right now. I think both teams are waiting for the dragon, and Wukong is searching for the Scorpion, which is really good because you want to control the region around the
Dragon has spawned.
So both teams are hovering around the dragon. Both teams are here. Let's see how it goes. The hashtag is Olaf has spotted the dragon. And Olaf gets one in. Olaf dies there. This is really bad. You do not want to engage the because your team cannot afford because they do not have a survivability tool like an Lulu ultimate to make you live longer, which actually helped a lot. The Lulu ultimate was really good and they won the fight. and we have a 5,000 gold lead just from one team fight. As you guys can see, if you lose early team fight, you will get behind and it will be really hard to come back. And it was a really good fight, and we have early purchases here. The Yomu Ghost Blade from Wukong and Misfortune, which is a really good purchase for both of them because they want to have the mobility and extra bit of pressure with the mobility, because they can run around the map easily with the Wukong. Top lane is really good. Let's go to the mid lane. They are hovering around the Rift Herald, which is the next objective, and it is really good to have early access to the river because you want to control the area where you want to fight, which is really good because you can
The
make
Rift
enemy
Herald has
blind
spawned.
by controlling the vision around the objective. So we have full control.
Red team has slain
Looks
the
like
Rift
we might
Herald.
have a fight in the mid lane, which so we might get the first problem because they did not want to go for the intern and they kept on pushing. The goal lead is still the same. It gone a little bit low, but it's still the same. 4,000 is quite good. Almost 4,000. 3,500 gold lead. Ari is back in the Wukong, clearing his jungle. Let's see the items. So Kaita got his first item, which is really good, and so does Orion. Everybody has their first items completed except the top lane and the jungle in the top lane. Top laners. Cannon has his first item, and because the Trinity Force is quite expensive, and since he went with the Proto Belt level 1, the Darius is waiting for his Trinity Force. Looks like he got it. He just purchased the Trinity Force, which is a really big spike for the Darius, and we might have our second fight soon because Dragon is coming very soon, within a minute or maybe minute and a half. We might have our next fight. And I think the second purchase will be Infinity Edge for the. He's going for the Infinity Edge, which is really good. You want crit because your ultimate does on hit damage, because every auto that crits, your ultimate also crits with the, because they are basically autos, so they crit. If you have crit damage, they will obviously crit. So Seraph's and Rose and Oriana, which is really good because it can
Dragon has
survive
spawned.
the burst damage and gives you a shield. So they push the Rift Herald and they are trying to go for the Dragon, which is really good because the Rift Herald pushes and you go to take the Dragon. I think they are waiting, which is really bad. You want to take it as fast as you can because Rift Herald already died, and I don't think they yet have started the Dragon. Which is really bad. Engage. Oh, very bad engage because everybody is deceiving tonight. Ultimate fight. Oriana, I think everybody is alive, nobody died. But this is, I think this fight actually goes to total score because they survived. And they still have ultimate on Kaisa, Cannon, and Ola, which is really good. But On the other side, they lost the Wukong ultimate, and Misfortune. I think Misfortune does have ultimate. Yeah, Misfortune does not have ultimate, which is really bad. You cannot fight without Misfortune and Wukong ultimate. So Gold has still been the same. But,
Team lost a turret.
both teams are not fighting. Like with no fight, no, they are not fighting. They are still waiting for the dragon. Enemy teams, both teams are actually not trying to start the dragon. I don't know why, but I think you should start the dragon as a engaged team, which is A1 esports. I think you guys should start the dragon and then disengage and fight, which will be really good. But looks like they don't want to do that. They want only to start the dragon. They are trying to camp and cheese. Let's see how it goes. Everything is going quite fast. Top lane is losing farm, both teams are losing top lane farm, bot lane farm, which is really bad. You don't have to do this. Actually, you have to buy teleports on your top lane and have him say and tell him to just push the side lane, and when they want to fight, he can just fight. Darius actually does not want to fight because he wants to come after the fight is already begun and then go in between the rush of the fight and use his ultimate. मैं सही दिख रहा हूँ मैं भी ये देखो सही दिख रहा हूँ fog of war मैंने have turned on the thing which you can see the both maps because I have to see the both maps. Let's see how it goes. Both teams are actually waiting for dragon, but nobody wants to start the fight, which is quite surprising because I think as an engaged team, we should start the fight. They will wait untouchy and they kill him with the 2 ultimates, and Ari had to use it as dash to down. They can do that dragon easily, they can do the dragon. So Olaf tried to steal the dragon, which he couldn't because they have more members and they were now the gold is up to 27,000 and they can have the victory, which is very crucial for the pressure, because you can just crush it and push the lane first and then you can go to the other side for the objective one, control or engage. Let's see. They are hovering to the top, so they want to take the top. And they just took 3 turrets overall. And Portally are trying to take the middle lane turret. I don't think they can because the enemies are rotating on them. A1 is supposed to be rotating on them. So looks like we will have a recall. Let's see the items. So, there is 3 items on ADC from the A1 esports, which is very good and a very big power spike. And there are almost 3 items on their mid laner zeros, and there are 2 completed items on their top lane. I don't like the objective hunt on the Darius, which is really bad. You just want to go tank Darius with death down stairs here because you can survive easily and you have a lot of tankiness. But I guess everyone has their own choices. And 3 items on Wukong, and they touch the ball, and I think total ESPORTS does not make this study. They do not have any vision. They do have some words, but they are not
Red
covering
team has
entirely.
slain Baron
And looks
Nashor.
like the Baron is gone, and they almost 10,000 radius. 900 right now. And let's see how it goes. Elder Dragon is about to spawn in 1 minute, almost 1 minute. Everything is going according to our plan. They are doing very good. The vision is very good. And they have various as well. Get some shooting it on the 50 ring rescue in the middle. They are trying to push back. I think they are a
Blue
little
team
bit low
lost a turn.
just at the bot lane turret, which is really good. Now they can actually pressure the bot
Red
lane
team lost a turn.
turret. So okay, there is one more thing. When you are recalling, try to clear enemy jungle so they don't get the farm and you get their resources, and that's how you deny enemies a lot of farm. Like Wukong is doing, he stole that blue buff. So likewise, you guys, even esports should have stolen the red buff as well, which is really crucial on long long range ADC plays, because he actually slow, and since it's Kaisa can actually proc on multiple enemies the red buff with her Q. So here we have, I think we might have our last and important fight on Elder Dragon. Both teams are
The Elder Dragon has spawned.
trying other team to push and engage on them. So the stuff is that Dragon, which is really good. We always want to be the as an engaged. And this team will always want to be the Dragon. And now I think that my super did this one. I think he did not, he couldn't kill them.
Red team double kill.
Everybody just
Blue team double kill.
there is like 4
Blue
for
team triple kill.
3
Red
and
team
4 for
champion
each to have on
slain.
the team
Blue
side.
team champion slain.
Kaisa was huge, as you guys can see. She has 3
Shut
items right
down.
now. She can just
Red team
get
ace.
the team fight and destroy enemies, which is what happened. I think the engage, the Lulu ultimate was not quite well. She had to ultimate everything in order to let him survive and use his ultimate twice. He couldn't use his ultimate twice, which is why I think he lost that fight. And Oriana's ultimate was quite crucial, which killed actually 3 people. And now the goal lead is ballooned down to 4,000, and which is really good, which is really the key point. As you guys
Baron
can
Nashor
see,
has
both
spawned.
ADC carries gold. Kaisa has 4 items now, and 5 actually if you guys count the boots, and same goes for the Misfortune. She has 4 completed items with 4 completed items with the replica cannon. Replica cannon is actually a really good item, because if you Q and auto, you can actually half the anyone which has this does not have a lot of people, as you guys can see, ADC damage, the 5-star damage. They tried to kill the Oriana, but she survived, and they have like 1 for 0. They actually lost because the Wukong had Geo and he survived. Same goes for their ADC. ADC also survived because he also had, and now they are trying to go for the Baron. I think it's a very bad call because you guys can't, and if you guys lose the fight here, it might be a Baron for the enemy team, because they have a GA and Kaisa with the GA, she can survive and come back to the team. Lulu just flashed for no reason which is really bad. You always have to consider using your all the balls when you have to looks like referee sport giving them
Red team has
the
slain
ban
Baron
because
Nashor.
they cannot fight their jungler was dead, which is why I have always said Olaf late mid to late game is just a melee minion, a big melee minion. He cannot kill anybody because he does not have enough damage, because you can just survive with the Guardian Angel or Star Watch, or there are 3 Locket enchantments on enemy on the A1 esports side, which is really good. You don't have more survivability. You always have to try to combo your uh, your 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 lockets, because if you just use one and the other one at the same time, they will not stack, because you already used one shielding item and the shielding does not stack, which is why you always have to count it. And I think 2 are enough, but 3 is going a bit too fast. Let's see how it goes. They are pushing 2 lanes. I think Darius should go to the top lane and try to push, because I think there is quite stacking up there. And that's the fourth going around. Nice movement with Habalina. And looks like we haven't disengaged, because we can does not want to fight. They want to recall and complete their items. Okay, Darius is back. Yeah, Darius is back and he might die. Surviving. Really good acrobatic level. Really almost killed. Yeah, really is killed. Really good use of the Kaisa W with the ultimate the block on the Darius, and they engaged on him, slowing him down and then engaging on him. Right. Killing him. And they also, I don't think they got the hit. Yeah, they didn't get the flash, but still they got Lulu's ultimate, which will be up in a few seconds. I think we have settled down with the Asian middle culture, but we do not want to go there because your whole team of the other side is engaged by the 10 and 10 is really good into Batman, and he has killed the enemy Batman.
Double kill.
And the biggest section, because he was already done. It looks like Darius is going to die. The only survivor is Misfortune, and on the other side Olaf died because Olaf and Cannon engaged on enemies backline. They engaged on Misfortune,
Red team
and
lost a turret.
Wukong, they killed Wukong, and they took Misfortune's Guardian Angel. And Guardian Angel is a really important item, because when you don't have Guardian Angel,
Baron
you
Nashor has
are you are in a lot of trouble, because you cannot survive the burst damage, you cannot survive the sustain damage, because on the other side they have a lot of CCs with Braum and Cannon, and they have has the best survivability with Locket and Kai'Sa's ultimate. Kaisa is destroying, as you guys can see, has 2 zillion damage. That's the kind of Darius, and they are going to see a little. I think they have killed down, and they have equal the gold, and now they are going to I think they are going to be far. There's 20 seconds on the enemy 4 and Ari cannot one fight. She does not have flash, and looks like we have a comeback victory by Portal,
victory.
which is a really fun match. This is a really fun, one of the best matches I have seen in WildRift, and one of the greatest Kaisa plays. Like Kaisa varied for her varied for her time, varied for the layer game. As you guys can see the difference between the both ADCs, the damage difference. Actually, late game misfortune falls off just because you want to land your ultimate. When you don't have enough CC, or your Wukong is way too deep into enemy, and Braum is very crucial into 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 misfortune, because misfortune cannot go past with her ultimate on 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 Braum. Braum can block her ultimate, which is really bad. And looks like the first match of the day goes to Portal Esports. Very close match, but a very good comeback win. Let's go. Let's see how it goes. The second match. They funnel all the resources into Kai'Sa. Yes, they funneled everything. The first turret they took when they took the Rift Hand, they took the first turret and funneled that gold into Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa was actually never behind. On the other hand, all the Portal Esports champions were players were behind except Kai'Sa, because Kai'Sa was getting red buff. She got second red buff to all the red buffs. She got the jungle camps. She got the bot lane turret, first turret she got, and that's how you always make sure that your carries are having gold all the time. So let's go to our next game. There are total of it's a best of 5 series. It's final, so it's a best of 5. Whoever wins 3 matches wins the whole thing. So they have decided to stick with the blue side. Portal Esports have decided, oh no, I think they are going to change to the red side. Looks like they're still trying to decide which side they want to be on. I'm pretty sure they will go to the right side, because the losers have the choice. I think losers will, or maybe the winners have the choice to choose the side. So they are taking the red side, and let's see how this goes. What will they ban and what will be the enemy's ban? Portal. Looks like we are going to the other party. Looks like they are not doing in this one. This party, they are making another party. Maybe, I'm not sure. Let's wait. Yeah, looks like we have changed in the party. He's making. So guys, if you guys want to join our Discord server, you guys can ask people in chat. There will be there, I think, Sohail Bhai in the chat. He can give you link. There is regroup. He can give you link, and you guys can join our Pakistan WildRift Discord server. And we will appreciate you joining our server. So can you guys let me know if you guys liked my commentary, or you guys can commentary on the game. Yes, join the server. Esport means you are welcome, bro. Looks like we had a issue with the lag by Touchy Shot, mid laner of Portal Esports, and they want to change the servers because of that lag, because they want to play in the EU or Middle East server, and it looks like the A1 Esports have the server in Southeast Asia, which is why they were having a bit of lag issue. So it looks like they are talking to admins to change the server. I think Trident is making party, maybe. I am not sure. He's not making party. Yeah. Okay. So here we are in the party. Let's see how this next game goes. If you guys are enjoying the stream on Touch Shark's channel, which is the which is the person had the lag issue last game. He's a very famous. He's a very famous YouTuber. He used to play Vainglory, then he quit Vainglory and he started playing PUBG Mobile, which is I think which is where he got his he got pretty famous. He's a really decent player, but he lost. He usually lose to a very big player, which his name is Sohail Khan. He always loses to Sohail. By Sohail Bhai, you are really good against Rachi. I think you are his kryptonite. looks like we have our first ban, and A1 Esports have banned Lulu, which is a really good ban because you do not want to give Felicia, known as Inertia as well, is Lulu. He's really good on Lulu, and it looks like they want to ban Malphite because Malphite has a really unique ultimate. His ultimate is almost wins you the team fights sometimes, and he's a really tanky frontline to have. So they want to ban Malphite, and Total Esports have banned Malphite. Let's see how the next ban goes by A1 Esports. Okay, so they ban Olaf. I don't think Olaf is a really good ban. I think you guys should have banned some ADC, maybe Jinx, because they banned it last time, and everybody knows Jinx is Cat Fighter's favorite ADC. So they banned Lee Sin. Lee Sin is quite interesting ban as well, because I think they should have banned Amumu. Amumu is a really good ban on both sides, but let's see how it goes. Who wants to pick Amumu and who wants to take the team fight to enemy, because Amumu with his ultimate, if you land a good ultimate, because his ultimate is a AoE stun and it can 100% win you the team fight, because just by CCing the enemy ADC or mid laner or important player, you can just win the team fight. So there are the 4 bans: Lulu and Olaf by Esports, and Malphite and Lee Sin by Total Esports. And they are adjusting. Looks like Touchy Shark, the mid laner from Total Esports, will have his counter pick in the last. He's the 5th person. He will be the last person to pick. Here we go. Let's see how the pick and bans go. Bans we already know. There is Malphite, Lulu, Lee Sin, and 4th ban was Olaf. The pick. Okay, there's interesting pick. As a cannon, you do not want to go into Amumu, because Amumu CC can actually disrupt your ultimate and kill you immediately. The Braum pick is really good because you want to counter the ultimate by Misfortune, and Braum is countered by Alistar, because Alistar can headbutt you away from the Misfortune or the front line and just knock up the other enemies. And these are really interesting. Oriana is also a really good pick with Cannon, because she can just give Cannon or maybe Wukong the ball and they can just combo the ultimates. And Kai'Sa is also really good paired with Braum, but I think we might have a Corki game here. Corki recently got buffed in last patch and he is really OP. Let's go for the second game. Let's see who wins this game. Both teams have a really good team fight comps. Gragas is actually really good because he can disrupt a lot of champions like Wukong, Cannon, Oriana. His engage is really good with his body
Welcome to
slam,
WildRift.
and he has a lot of tankiness, and he is also really good into certain
Minions have
champions
spawned.
because of his engage and disengage with his ultimate. This ward placement is really good because you always want to place a ward on the roofs, so you will know if when the enemy jungler starts from the red, he will always take Krugs or the Raptors. So when he will come to take the Raptors, you will know his position and you can change your pathing by doing so. As you guys can see, he's seen on this wall, and on the blue side, they know where Amobi is and how he will go and how he will do the jungle pathing. Cannon tried to cheekily pick up the Vigato, but he couldn't. And let's see how the bottom is going. So much. As of right now, everything is going really well. So the lane matchups are actually favored early for Misfortune. If she gets lead and she gets ahead, she will tear enemies apart. So we had an engage, but they try to disengage because they want to go to the jungle because we have an invade and Wukong really good knockup by Kalsa, and looks like everybody wants to disengage. Kalsa's flash, both ADCs and the enemy jungler also use flash, and both supports also use flash, but looks like Portal Esports are gonna go ahead with their flashes because they have lost less flashes and they have more summoners, and they are pushing the lane, and looks like Kalsa will lose this farm, which is really bad. You do not want to recall right there, and you want to actually clear this wave and let your bomb hold the wave or push it away from the turret so that you do not lose farm. But looks like she has the farm, and now it is pushing back to Portal Esports bot lane, and they will lose only one or maybe two minions. I think they lose one minion. Yeah, they lost one minion, which is really good. So this is how you want to recall. You want to actually make sure you do not lose much farm, and you can come back with an advantage on the recall. And Misfortune bought up BF5, which is really good because once having no damage early game because you are an early game champion, because late game you cannot do as much as Kai'Sa, because Kai'Sa has really good ultimate. She can just ult onto you or Corki or any backline and one shot them. So here we have Amumu pathing towards his jungle, his red side, and let's see how the mid lane is going. Everybody is waiting for the first ritual to fight, I guess. So here we have, nobody has completed the first item, they have just bits and pieces, and both sports have their first items as locket enchantments, and Amumu also has his first item, which I don't really like on Amumu, because even if you are doing 10, your CC is enough to make 10. A1 Esports have started the dragon. They actually don't want to start the dragon.
Red team double kill.
really good ultimate by Ulti, and this ultimate was affected by Braum, but still she did enough damage to make his team win the team fight, and we have 1000 gold and a Inferno Dragon. Inferno Dragon is really good because you get 8% of extra damage, and as you guys can see, Amumu's ultimate actually cancelled out the damage which Cannon wanted to do, right? And the exhaust on Cannon, which was also really good because exhaust also denies a lot of damage and makes your life miserable as Cannon. The exhaust against Cannon is much better than Ignite or Heal or whatever you want to take. Exhaust against Cannon is one of the best choices you want to have, even against Kaisa. Exhaust is really good. And looks like we will have our next fight in the we're gonna just try to recall.
The rift has spawned.
Use her flash to disengage. No, use our barrier early, which is really bad because we do not have much of a really good in this. Still doing really good work. I thought we just one-shot the 4K, I guess. 4K was really rocky. We did not consider the damage from Kaisa, and they won the fight from 5 to 1. They got an ace. Early game ace is really good. Kaisa is clearing mid lane, and now she will head back to. I think she should have recalled and got the item advantage, and then she would have just came back to the lane. Bottom was already pushing towards her. Now she will just push back to enemy, which is not actually ideal. She could have just frozen the wave there and denied some time. And Cannon got the first turret on the top lane, which is really good. Now Kaisa is behind on rotation because she just wasted her time on that lane. You engage Alistar, which I don't really like because you don't want to engage immediately on just one person. You have to wait for enemies to show up or to have a package. It's like both teams are happy with their with their stuff because nobody wants to fight us. They can engage on Gragas. They don't engage on Gragas. Not good ultimate by Gragas because he let the enemies disengage. Actually, he should have just used a flash into dash and then ultimated into body slam. That combo would have been really good. But is that disengage? Everybody is recovering for dragon fight, and even esports have Scuttle Crab, which is really good. You always want to have extra vision on your side to make sure that you cannot be cornered.
Dragon has spawned.
This is ultimate and I think Distortion is good started. The position was not that good, but very good ultimate versus 40 is from with the fight for enemy, and this one for them more than 5. This 2 on 2, 40 is just doing really good.
Triple kill.
Got a triple kill. really bad fight
Shut down.
by both the team. Actually,
Red team
Cannon's engage
ace.
was good, but still you do not just
Red
want to
team
engage on
lost
one
the
person
turret.
unless you know for sure where the enemy is. But still, they want the team fight, they want the dragon, and they both teams now will have one battle each.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
Oh, Brown just no Brown. Cannon just
Baron
stole
Nashor has
blue buff.
spawned.
You have to use your smite there because you just saw them put the vision there, and you should have just used the smite and secure the blue buff. But let's see. That's how it is. You lose some, you win some. There are two items on Orianna. These two items are really good on Orianna. These two early items gives you a lot of survivability, health, and also damage. And since they have 3 tanks, including Gragas, Amumu, and Alistar, Leandry is a really good item. Misfortune's item build is quite a unique one I have seen. You go into you go double BF sword. I think going double BF sword is good if you are ahead, but if you are going even or behind, you always want to complete your items because it gives you a lot more stats than just using BF swords. BF swords are good, but they are not that good unless you have completed item or you are ahead. If you are ahead, you can just buy BF swords and complete your items afterwards. But just having BF sword is not really good. Looks like you might be looking at cannon, but since cannon do not want to push ahead, he went back and recalled. Portal Esports is looking for an opportunity to engage on enemy, which I don't think they should be looking to engage because their comp is really reliable when they engage onto enemy, or they just look for a flank with Alistar or Gragas because their ultimates are really good when they use from Father Vision.
Red team lost a turret.
Kai'Sa just took the top lane turret, bot lane turret, and Misfortune took the bot lane turret. I think you should have just bought your complete the BF sword items first and then went on to the second item because enemies don't have much tanks, and Bomb is the early army they don't have a lot of armor as well. Don't want to buy the mortally minded early, and they don't have that much healing as well. Kai'Sa does not have healing that like she just has both, and both does not heal you that
Shut down.
Amumu's ultimate was really crucial there, and they won the fight with Amumu's ultimate with Misfortune ultimate. Wukong is actually really good into Misfortune as well, but nobody
Dragon
is.
has spawned.
No, Cannon actually both teams cannot split push because Cannon can split push, but there is that Gragas cannot let. Gragas actually is really good. Yes, he can make you engage. He can make you come into him because of his ultimate, and his wave play is also very good, which is why they cannot push with the Cannon. And we have 4,000 damage by A1 Esports. Both teams pressuring for the next dragon. which is really important. Looks like we have an engage, but the disengage Wukong or Rocket just used his ultimate, which is really bad because you do not want to use your ultimate, and it has 30 seconds cooldown and they might not be able to win the team fight. So they decided to let go of the dragon. Gone, but the clear by the time was really good. Both teams lost 3-2. They lost the first person as Koki got the double kill. Both ADCs are alive. The Koki and the Fortune, and they just since Misfortune has Guardian Angel, she survived, and they are pushing the mid lane, and they might get the inhibitor turret, which is really good. They are equal on gold, but there's a 2-kill lead on Portal Esports, and they have inhibitor, mid inhibitor, which is really good for pressuring the mid lane and rotating early to the side lane. Objective, so their next objective will be Baron, and Baron is really interesting if you are red side here, because you guys have already taken the mid inhibitor turret. I have I have the builds here because I wanted to talk about the builds. If you guys don't want to see the builds, you can just minimize. As you can see, Kaisa has Death Cap. They will engage on
Red team champion slain.
They did not have any disengage with Misfortune, and they lost the team fight with Cannon's ultimate. Cannon's ultimate was really crucial onto Corki because he could not run away. Okay, guys. They actually cannot push into Corki because Corki is a really good with the good his Q, W, his Q and E does a lot of damage onto the minions. It was a really good fight by Portal Esports, and they won. With Cannon and Wukong and Kaisa just distracted that. Let's see how much items. Okay, Misfortune has 4 items, Kaisa has 4 items, and Corki as well has 4 items. Actually, I don't like the buy, this AP buy on Corki because Corki has his passive does AP damage, and you don't want to buy AP. You want, the more AD you buy, the more AP you get from your passive. So you just want to keep buying AD items. Or if you would have a mortal random, or maybe rapid fire cannon. Rapid fire cannon is really good on Corki as well. So because of the extra crit and range. But looks like we might have our fight here. They're looking for A1 Esports carries, but nobody is ready yet.
The Elder Dragon has spawned.
Let's see how it goes. They are testing for the dragon since they have the mid inhibitor. One Esports cannot mid inhibitor. Their minions will always Portal Esports minions will always push them. really good dashing ultimate by Momo, but and a really good engage. Just destroyed the crashing. Everybody is dead.
Red team double kill.
They won the fight.
Red team triple kill.
Really triple kill by misfortune
team
and double kill
ace.
by fortune. It looks like we have the second game, the winner. We have the second game because the death times are really long and we have the winner. Total esports are 2-0 into this tournament in the best of 5 final.
Victory.
A really good lasting fight. Corky's and Momo's ultimate just won them the fight with the Corky's package. As you guys can see, Corky is really busted right now. His damage numbers are really high. A1 Esports actually gave them a really good early game fight. Even though their team comp was not early game, they still won early game team fights. The Dragon team fight, the Baron team fight, they played really good, and they played really good. Let's see how our third match will go. Yes, GG Sport or Esports. They have one more. They have 3 more games if it's a best of 5. So let's see how it goes. So we are into ban phase. So looks like Portal Esports have chosen blue side, and they. So guys, the blue side and the red side, there are 2 difference. If you want to choose the blue side or the red side, they are the 2 sides. So if you want to choose the blue side, you always have to think in mind that you want to have a priority pick. Priority pick means you want to pick a champion which is really OP right now, which is in the meta, and you want to pick that champion. So that's why you choose the blue side. So blue side is really good if you want to have a priority pick, and the red side is really good if you want to have counter pick. Counter pick is usually called counter into enemy champions picked. And since A1 Esports are going red side, they will have counter picks. So let's see how the ban phase goes. Which champions will be banned this time? I don't have much. So let's see how the bans go. This could be the last and final game if Portal Esports. The most broken champion, if you ask me, it depends on the role. In the top lane, I think Gragas is really OP because he can be played into any tank, any carry. He has really good engage, disengage, wave clear. He has CC, he has dash, he has passive healing. So Gragas in the top lane is really OP. And if you are asking about the jungle, there are not many OP junglers right now since the nerfs on Lee Sin, the nerfs on Amumu, the nerfs on the many other champions. And Malphite and Lee Sins are the first bans by each team. And if you guys are asking about ADCs, Kai'Sa is the best ADC in my opinion right now. She cannot be countered if you play her well. Her ultimate actually gives you gives you a lot of survivability, as well as you can kill the backline. So we have Misfortune ban. Since even esports are on the red side, they don't want to give them Misfortune, because if they ban Braum, Misfortune will be really good into the blue side because of her ultimate. She can use her ultimate in the dragon fight behind the wall and do a lot of damage, which is why they just banned Misfortune. And Malphite is also really good if you are, but Malphite actually is really good if you are playing with your teammates, because you want to engage properly, you want to know when you want to engage, you have to position well for the engage, and you always want to engage on enemy backline, usually on the carries or the champions, which give them survivabilities. You can say supports are really good. You can also engage on supports. We are waiting for the last ban and a player which might have an issue. So the last ban is Lulu. Lulu again banned for the second time. Lulu is really good on both teams. Both supports have shown they are really good Amumu players. Actually, Malphite, even if you miss your ult, and you know his E, the C ability has most player does not know his C ability gives enemies the attack speed slow, and also the I think the penetration. Let me see how. Let me see the wait. Let me see what was his third. Yeah. It reduces enemies attack speed by 30%, which is really good, and it also gives you armor, 35% armor. No, it gives the more armor you have, the more magic damage you do, as you guys can. To nearby enemies and reducing their attack speed by 30% is C. So when you do its combo is you use ultimate, and as the enemy is landing you use your C, and then you use Q on the enemy ADC or any backline mage which you want to slow. Then your other teammates will engage on them and you can one shot the enemy. So that's how the Malphite combo works, which is why Malphite is one of the very few champions which are banned most of the time in this best of 5. In this 3 games we have seen, 2 games we have seen for he was banned on both games because of his insane engage, and his ultimates lets you stay in air for 2 seconds, which is very long. We have Cannon picked up in, and enemies, and A1 Esports have picked up Amumu and Jinx. So I don't think Jinx is really good with Amumu, because Jinx does not have really OP early game. She does not provide that much damage early game. And Kaisa is really good into Jinx because of her ultimate. She can use her ultimate to and go back to Jinx and kill her, because Jinx needs her passive to be passive active to deal more damage with by getting excited. And Olaf is also really good pink into Orianna, into Akali, and into Jinx, because Jinx does not have escape tool, and also Amumu, because Amumu cannot CC lock Olaf, because of his ultimate. And Braum is a really good pick into Jinx because he can block ultimate and he can block a lot of incoming abilities. So it looks like Seraphine might be picked here. Yeah, she can teleport. The Kaisa can teleport, you guys can say. But yeah, which is really obnoxious ultimate. She's called Assassin ADC because she can assassinate the backline. Corki is picked into Akali. Akali and Corki are really good. Akali into Corki is really bad, but Corki into Akali, as you can see, is really good because Akali cannot actually engage onto Corki because of his dash and his package. He can just disengage, and he has a lot of late game damage. And Akali into CC champions like Braum and Cannon, she is not really good because she can be easily killed unless you have a lot of survivability, which she does not. And looks like Akali might be going top lane. कौन जीता है भाई? जीत रहा है as of now. It's 2-0 by Portal Esports. Portal Esports have won last two matches, and it's best of 5. So let's see how this third one goes. Looks like we have standard opening. This is called standard opening. As you guys can see, both junglers go to their red side usually, and looks like we might have an invade coming. Invade is really bad with the Amumu. You don't want to. Oh, the ward kill. Okay, so guys, there is one more thing. As you guys saw that the ward was killed really fast, and if you kill the ward, you get XP and you get gold, and which is really good, and you deny the vision as well. So both junglers starting on the same side. Both junglers are starting on the same side, and looks like they might meet on the top side, on the top lane side. Kaisa into Jinx is really good just because Jinx does not have ulti game damage, and Kaisa with her QW combo can do a lot of damage if she sees an opportunity. Let's see how the Cannon and Akali matchup goes. Cannon has a range, but he needs levels to abuse his range because Akali's Shroud is really good, but as the game goes on, her Shroud does not give her much survivability just because she has to come out of the Shroud to deal more damage. They tried to steal a blue buff, but they couldn't. I think Amumu is not really good early game champion. You want to wait for your power spike or your power spike in order to engage. If you want to wait for level 5 in order to CC lock any champion, and then you can actually win the fight. Everything is going really standard. Nobody might have a fight for the boss cover, and looks like they are getting engaged by Portal Esports, and Mini had to flash. Alistar is dead. Nice ultimate by Orianna, but she is denied the kill because Olaf is really OP early game. So we have almost a 1000 gold lead by Portal Esports. I think using flash on Olaf there was really bad because using flash there on Olaf was really bad because you do not want to waste your flash unless you are sure that you will get killed. which he did not, which he couldn't get the kill. So it was really bad flash. So it looks like A1 Esports wanted to recall because they had wanted to buy items from their carry.
I need to gather my
Looks like we have a fight on the top lane, top side. Akali used her ultimate and she couldn't get kill on Cannon. As I have told you guys, Cannon is really good and Cannon still has his ultimate and he will have his ultimate for the dragon fight, which everybody is going for right now. Let's see the items. Nobody has completed their items except Oriana. Oriana has her initial Archangel staff, which will be later turned into Seraph's Embrace. So both teams are hovering for the dragon. Nobody has started yet. I think Portal Esports have some idea of where the enemy is. So they think Cannon is really good to get the data because he can just use ultimate. He does not have to move into enemy and he can just use his ultimate. And looks like we have 2 fights won by Portal Esports. Oriana lost to Corki and
Red team champion
the bot lane. If you do not want to engage Cannon because Cannon can just use his ultimate and use his E to survive because it will give him invulnerability, kind of invulnerability because you cannot target him, and if you cannot target him you cannot CC lock him. So that's how Cannon is really OP if you engage onto him. So Kali is pushing the top lane. She is trying to solo the turret and she couldn't. Braum tried to engage on Akali, used her Q, used his Q for the stacks. He got her again, which Akali, I don't think she should stay here. But let's see how the rotation goes. Both teams want to when disengage. Looks like we might have our next fight in for the scheduled trial. We have 4,000 gold lead for Portal Esports. No, they don't have Squishy unless I don't think he should go AP. Mumu going AP here is really bad because you do not
The Rift
want
Herald has
to
spawned.
do damage. You cannot do a lot of damage unless you are going really deep into enemies, and which is really bad. Really good for but in the game you cannot do Olaf. The enemy will see it is really bad. Olaf just run into the enemy backline, and here is double kill to Olaf and triple kill to Pfizer. If you cannot kill the backline, you do not advance the issue. You're engaged too early,
Team has slain the Rift Herald.
and since the backline is not tanky, it's Oriana, Akali, and Jinx. They could not do anything. I think Portal Esports are trying to stay, which is really bad. You cannot stay. Your health bars are really low, and enemies just got back into the map. So we have 7,000, almost 7,000 gold lead. 7 minutes into the match, and we have 7,000 game loot. As you guys have seen previously in previous matches, Portal Esports, when they are ahead, they do not fall behind. They never lose the ball. They always engage. They always want to fight. They are a very aggressive team, as you guys must see. And as they had to recall, they were behind on tempo and they lost the first turret, which is some gold on enemy ADC. On Jinx, Jinx needs a lot of gold to do the damage. Very bad tempo play by Portal Esports. They went to the bot side to hit and they immediately rotated to mid lane. Looks like we have a fight here. Corki just went hammering both ADCs, and the team fight is won by Portal Esports 3-0. Akali could not engage because she was clearing the way.
Red team lost a
And
turret.
8,000 game lead. Yes, when you have lead, Hanan, when you have the lead, you always want to make sure you are making enemies' life miserable by engaging on them, looking for team fights, always having the pressure. And as you guys can see, this is really good. You always want to be ahead on tempo.
dragon
You
has
always
spawned.
want to be the first on the
Blue
map
team
when you
lost
are
a turret.
ahead. And as you guys can see, Akali is top lane. She cannot teleport. She does not have teleport, and she is clearing wave, which is really bad. You always want to be with your team when and it is really bad if the rotation side really bad tempo play by enemy Akali and enemy team, and we have almost 10,000 early into the game. It's not even 10 minutes and the game is going very smooth for 20 esports. They are very ahead. Looks like they will get the bot lane turret here. Yes, they will, and Akali could not even get the bot lane turret. The turret survived and we might even have a push. Looks like no, they want to be ahead in the time. You always want to synchronize when you are ahead. You always want to recall on tempo. Tempo recalls means you take an objective and you recall with your teammates, so you know when where everyone is going, where you guys want to fight next. You guys can discuss all that in the voice chat. Looks like we might have a fight here. Engaging on Olaf is not really good because Olaf can just run you down and he does not care about you, even if you have CC, even if you have a ton of damage. Total esports got wiped the whole team and they only lost one member, Corki. Corki actually went a bit aggressive, went a bit deep, and he got CC locked by Amumu and Alistair. And Kali is trying to steal, which is really bad. You just want to push the waves and wait for your team, and you just give them an extra kill and pressure on the lane, because right now your team will lose if they fight 4v5. And looks like Kaisa have almost 3 items and fourth item almost coming. She has boots as well, not completed but really good boot. As you guys can see, she purchased Mercury Tab. Mercury Tabs are really good if enemy has a lot of CC. You can go the runes as well. I don't remember the rune name, but it's also a rune which makes you which gives you 20% tenacity, and these boots also give you 20% tenacity. Tenacity means you take you are CC for less time. For example, if Amumu's ultimate CC lasts you for 2 minutes, 2 seconds, it will lessen down to 1 minute and 20 seconds almost. That's how it works. The tenacity, and it low downs the CC duration, which is really good. Tenacity boots on ADCs into CC counts are really good, and it also gives you a lot of magic resistance. And sometimes makes the difference. Corki has his core item completed, static shield and Triforce. Triforce is really good into Corki because of his Q spam and ultimate spam, because it gives him attack speed and cooldown reduction, high damage. Really bad engage, but he missed his combo there, Alisa, but really good. He did really good.
Blue team triple kill.
Triple kill by Kaisa, and looks like they will lose that inhibitor turn.
Red team lost the turret.
A really good team fight by Portal Esports.
Shut
They are
down.
18,000 gold ahead, which is
The dragon has spawned.
one of the biggest leads I have seen in WildRift. And they gave early kills to Olaf. Olaf is 8-0-10, Kaisa is 9-0-13. They are really fed and you just have to wait for your opportunities. I think they should wait until 16 minutes and fight for Elder Dragon. That will be the perfect opportunity to come back into the game, as A1 Esports are already behind. They should funnel their gold, their resources onto their carry and give him gold so he can get items as fast as possible. Kaisa has GA now. Olaf has GA now, so their survivability is even increased. Looks like we'll have a fight here. Started Alistar they do not have enough damage to kill Olaf, and they might lose the game here. Yes, it's a combo kill. They might get Penta. I think they might get Penta. No, Kali denying the Penta there, but looks like it's a GG, and there is no comeback. And GG, and Portal Esports have won the tournament by 3-0, 3-0ing the A1 Esports. It was first two games were really close. Portal Esports were behind early game, but this game they took the charge. They went ahead. They took the lead and they did a lot of damage. As you guys can see, Olaf with early kills, Kaisa with early kills. They do not fall behind as the game goes on, and they won the tournament. And thank you guys, it was a really good. It was my first ever casting anything, and thank you guys. Bye bye. I think